Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle the financial mysteries of the business world. And today we're diving into Acacia Research Corporation. Get ready because this report might just hold a few surprises. First off, if you're new here and love getting straight answers from company filings, smash that subscribe button and join our community. Also, make sure to check out our Discord server linked in the description below for more real-time insights and discussions. Acacia Research Corporation has just dropped its Form 8K, a current report that tells us what's been happening with the company. This filing is especially interesting because it's all about their financial results for the quarter that ended on June 30, 2025. Think of it as a quick update on how the company performed recently. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of their numbers, let's quickly look at how Acacia Research is structured. Their stock, known by the ticker symbol ACG, is traded on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. This tells us they're a publicly traded company, meaning their performance is something a lot of people are watching. Now, the main reason for this report is their financial results. While this 8K doesn't contain the detailed financial tables themselves, it points us to a press release that does. And that's where the real story often lies. Companies issue press releases to announce their earnings and they aim to put their best foot forward. However, our job here at Corporate Decoder is to look beyond the polish and see what the numbers truly say. We're going to focus on what this announcement could mean for the company's future. These reports are like a doctor's checkup for a business, telling us if it's healthy, growing, or perhaps feeling a bit under the weather. This filing signals that Acacia Research has shared its performance for the second quarter of 2025. We're always on the lookout for how companies manage their revenues, control their expenses, and ultimately whether they're making a profit. For Acacia, understanding these results is key to understanding where they're headed, especially in the fast-paced tech and IP licensing world they operate in. And looking at who signed off on this report, we see Martin D. McNulty Jr., the Chief Executive Officer. This shows that the top leadership is aware of and signing off on these results. When the CEO puts their name on it, it means they stand behind what's being reported. In terms of analysis, this specific 8K is more of a notification that a press release containing financial results has been issued. The actual juicy details, the numbers that paint the picture of Acacia's performance, are in Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release. Unfortunately, we don't have that press release text here to analyze the numbers directly, but based on the fact that they are issuing this report, it indicates a significant event has occurred relating to their financial condition or results of operations. Typically, when a company like Acacia Research releases its quarterly results, investors and analysts are scrutinizing several key areas. They'll be looking at revenue growth, profitability margins, any changes in their balance sheet like debt or cash, and importantly, their outlook for the future. Acacia operates in a space focused on intellectual property, which means factors like patent litigation, licensing agreements, and strategic acquisitions can heavily influence their financial outcomes. If the press release had shown strong revenue growth from successful licensing deals or acquisitions, that would be a huge positive. On the flip side, if revenues were down or if they face significant legal setbacks impacting their IP portfolio, that could signal challenges ahead. Let's think about this in simpler terms. Imagine Acacia Research is like a company that owns unique blueprints that other companies pay to use. Their income comes from those licensing fees. So if they've signed more agreements, or if existing ones are for very valuable patents, their income will go up. If competitors are finding ways around their patents, or if legal battles are draining their resources, then their income could go down. The fact that this is filed on August 6, 2025 means these are the results for the quarter ending June 30, 2025. So we're getting a snapshot of their performance during the spring months of this year. Now, what does this all mean for Acacia Research? Without the detailed numbers from the press release, it's hard to give a precise evaluation. However, the act of filing this report and issuing the press release itself suggests that management believes these results are significant enough to warrant public disclosure. That could mean either very good news like exceeding expectations or perhaps news that requires careful explanation, like significant changes in their business approach or financial performance. It's also important to remember that in the world of intellectual property, a company's value can swing quite a bit based on the outcome of patent disputes or the signing of major licensing deals. These events are often the primary drivers of financial performance for companies like Acacia Research. Looking broadly at Acacia Research, their business model relies heavily on identifying valuable patents, often those that might be underutilized or owned by smaller inventors, and then actively seeking licensing agreements or defending those patents in court. This strategy can be very lucrative when successful, but also carries inherent risks. Legal battles can be lengthy and expensive, and there's no guarantee of a favorable outcome. So as investors or observers, we'd want to know if their recent efforts to acquire or license new patents have been fruitful, and if their enforcement strategies are yielding the expected returns. Are they expanding their portfolio? Are their existing licenses generating consistent income? These are the questions that the financial results, if we had them here, would help answer. In conclusion, this 8K filing by Acacia Research Corporation is essentially a signal flare indicating that they've released important financial news. While this document itself doesn't provide the numbers, it directs us to a press release that does. Our analysis hinges on that release, and it's crucial for understanding the company's health, its strategies, and its future prospects in the dynamic intellectual property landscape. Honestly, without the actual financial figures, it's difficult to give a definitive take on Acacia's current direction. However, companies that specialize in intellectual property can be volatile. Their strength lies in their patent portfolio and their ability to monetize it effectively. Their weakness could be their reliance on litigation and licensing negotiations, which are inherently uncertain. The key risk for Acacia is always the success and cost of their patent enforcement activities. A major downside in a patent dispute or a failure to secure lucrative new licenses could significantly impact their financials. Alright, that's our quick look at the Acacia Research filing. What's your take on what this means for the company? Did you catch any specific numbers that stood out elsewhere? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And once again, check out the Discord in the description. It's a great place to continue the conversation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.